Welcome to our program. It's Motorsport. It's another day, exciting moment after a long week due. We're actually glad to be having again being glued to WBS TV. It's Motorsport. It's your day. Actually, we are so much having you through, and we're going to have a number of activities onto our menu. We have a lot of. Well, all my fans and those who are watching Motorsport, we are glad that you've been very supportive. I know Council Samba, the rest of the crew, yes. We appreciate your comments, and we hope we shall share those kind of lighter moments here on Motorsport. And I'm Frank Selgo to present the show. The time check, it's actually, we've tried today in the first in its kind. We've really beaten up the time, and we believe to go in the match of the number of activities. We have on the menu, we have a lot of many things here, both here and internationally. And actually, we are Peter. We are to have two guests in-house, as we may have seen on our Facebook blog. We have two guests in due coming. And those guys who know rallying, I will not, probably have put an Ascali on the gate who will get them over with the time bar. Oscar Chihika, the legal FMU legal secretary, and then we hope to have Kajara Rally team driver, Wilberforce Polepole, who will join us after the first session of this program. Once again, we are glad to be having you today, and it's always here that we always have a kick-off the action, and we're going to have a start of action and accept with take it on with me, and we get to have the first with the international news, and then as we wait those two said personages to be appearing on this very show, let's get on roll off with the WRC with the due match anticipated next on the block. That's the Duel of Argentina. We hope too much action coming over after the rest of a 1 month away, and super action is anticipated coming next weekend. Let's have a picnic into the action that is due to happen in Argentina come the weekend of 23rd to 26th. Let's have a picnic through the event. That's the match anticipated action come the weekend of 23rd, 26th April, this very month we are in. We anticipate too much action. You've seen the last play on the screen of your TV. That's none other than the Ford, actually the Vaxio Virgin, the team of crew, right? Sebastian Ogier and then Yari Rativara. Guys who are set. And remember, Sebastian Ogier is still holding the mantle, so highly holding the mantle with the lead. And last year's event winner is none other than the Finn, the man of his skill. That's Yari Rativara, who is actually on again with a new Ford. And the Ford guys are having a new tackle. Actually, they're going to tackle this very event, which is one of the world's best events on the car in the world. And actually, on the same note, team. The world, actual and Australian rally champion Scott Polder is releasing to unveil his Ford Fiesta R5. He anticipates soon. We are going to have a highlight of that Australian champion Scott Polder, who is actually going to make a debut, the WRC2 debut in the next month is Rally Vodacom Rally of Portugal. That will be running on 21st to 24th. And this is the man who is actually going to give the other rest in the competition a run for the money. And he has been under so many wheels, the Mitsubishi Renault and then the Ford Fiesta. As you may see some action. Let's have a bit of ambience and we get to see who is the man who is actually going to be under the wheels in the WRC2 come the Rally of Vodka Rally of Portugal. 21st to 24th May. Let's get a bit of the ambience and we'll get to hear the kind of the calling of the notes. I actually admired and envied those guys a little as they did. Let's get the action on to the prey and we get from there. I'll give you a bit of him as we get to commence. We'll go ahead with the team updates with regarding to the next weekend Rally of Argentina.
This car is just an absolute dream to drive. It does everything that I want it to do. We are just cruising. We got plenty more left.
And 7 left. And 36 left. 100.
You know, we've set this car up to reward a really aggressive drive.
Scotty and I have only been beaten on 2 stages in the entire last 2 rallies, so we think we've got the pace.
Turn right, crest, 50. Tightens 5 and clearing. Finish.
Oh yeah, that's pretty intense.
That was too much of the beautiful, too beautiful. And this is a man who is actually unfolding his the WRC2 Ford Fiesta R5 come the next rally in Portugal. This Melbourne-based driver, he's actually won the Australian Premier Rallying title in a Renault Clio, as you may have seen last year. He did much wonders in that Renault Clio, and actually he's in to make actually enrich his WRC2 in the Rally of Portugal. And with his experienced co-driver Darren Muscott in 2015, they're out to pair and try to actually reach out the likes of Sebastian Ogier, Yari Rativara, Thierry Neuville, and then the rest. In the same line of preparation, Citroën are actually planning to unleash their new evolution of the DS3 with the WRC Rally of Portugal in the same event of 21st to 24th in May. And actually, Ford, remember Ford, Citroën have had the stars and the likes of the good stars in the event. We have the legendary world champion, none other than Sebastian Loeb, who is still in the wheels of Ford. Sorry, I beg your pardon. We have had the likes of Sebastian Loeb, who is still in the wheels of Citroën, and we believe he's going to put up a good run, and we pray Sitlon have a good showcasing against the Vauxhall Warden, who have become the untouchable so far in the 3 rounds, and we believe they will have a very good run for their money. And by the information from their manufacturers, the French manufacturers are planning to have the 2015 with a good upgrades with its aerodynamic package. They say that its aerodynamic package is thought to be a little bit upgraded with the current car, the Citroen they're driving. In the same line, and in the same line, they hope actually the team Chris Mickey are saying he needs to actually enough time to get into settling into that car, and we believe by the next round in Rally of Portugal, he will give it a good attempt, and we pray he gets the result against the team Vauxhall Warden that is so much onto the hype, and they're praying. In the same lines of preparation Rally of Argentina, of course, team M Sport. One of the M Sport bosses, Malcolm Wilson, is saying they are not expecting any suffering from Old Tanak. Remember, Old Tanak is a man who made off-road and who made off-road M Sport driver, made off-road and actually went into a river, and we saw how quick these teams were, and they survived into drowning the car in the Rally of Mexico. They had a wonder pull out, though the team tried and worked under the clock to see they could have into a finish of the rally. Unfortunately, they were in the time bad, but they had to run as a super rally. They ended it in the super rally. Good, or kudos to team Otanak, and we pray the Ford Fiesta driver will have a good run into the next rally, Rally of Argentina, and so much is expected from him, and we pray he's having a very big comeback. You remember, we actually little expected the crew to get into cockpit. I could ask my producer to get us through some bit of he gets us through some pictures of Otanak when he's actually getting off. We get to see you who last saw Otanak participate in the Rally of Mexico. You could have what we are actually talking about. Let's have a little bit of the pictures as in Otanak when he made off-road and went into the river. But narrowly, the crew survived, and then the none escaped. They escaped unhurt, and they had a good ending to start of the next day. And guess what? One thing I copied from the co-driver for Otanak, he kept his notes close to his chest. Let's have a bit of ambience with that bit of the rally in Mexico, which claimed Otanak into the river. Well, that's the March and Spirit Super Action of Rally of Argentina. And you and I, we just wait for the D-Day, 25 to 26. Actually, these guys are so much, as you've seen the road cuttings, we pray the weather stays modest because in the last year's event, we had a number of activities happening. Those who are lucky, I remember telling you on this very show that some bit of the hours, the top runners got the surface a little bit moving. For the rest who came in next, they got the surface a little bit soggy and a little bit with some liver mud slabs getting into, actually the mud getting into the road, and some bit of the livers had cut off a little bit of the lead of the road. And we pray that they get a very, very, very modest climate, that they get the best. They share the same level of chances in the same way. Well, we are going to ask my producer is actually going to throw us the Mexico bit of it. Mexico was one of the historical rallies this so far gone this year, and we had a good time posted by a number of teams. Unfortunately, they claimed one of the top drivers who had taken a lead from the defending champion Sebastian Ogier, but he repeated the win after Fiel Nouvelle lost it in Mexico. And then definitely they believe they are going to make up themselves in the Rally of Argentina. We pray for the best for those respective crews. Let's have a bit of a highlight of the Mexico, and then we get straight away to Formula One, the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is due tomorrow, with a number of practices that have been covered today. And I guess what Mercedes are bound to get a run for their money come tomorrow. Let's get the highlight of Mexico, and then we get to straight away go to the Bahrain Grand Prix. Well, those were the great moments in Mexico. One thing I've really gotten to notice is unlike the bit of the Rally of Sweden, which was too much of cold and with too much bit of ice, the guys really got it hard. But then still in the Rally of Sweden, we saw the speeds going up, though some people veered off road and were stuck in the ice. And then Argentina, the Rally of Monte Carlo was another way to tell. It's another good way drivers would tell the rust off. And then Mexico had the temperatures were at 30 Celsius. But we pray the same way. It may be so good and very much advantageous racing on a dry surface than going it over badly in the bad bit of it. We want actually before we before we go into the next bit of item, that's Formula One. Let's get into a break and then return action with the Bahrain Grand Prix, which is getting to set off tomorrow with a number of practices done today, and we hope we are actually I'm going to really get one of the guys here, time bar, but then just keep it at WBS TV. They are all here to really give us a bit of their knowledge into the sport we all love, that's motorsport. Wait it, the menu is too much of a little bit a mix-up. Keep it at WBS TV. Motorsport is the show.